Kankaanpää in Finland. Been a factory driver for a long time. That's a big accident.
Oh, that is the Bentley of Alvaro Parente. Wow, that's huge incident there. And you got to think that perhaps that's in a braking zone there. Looks like he went straight on, too. Wow, that's a huge impact with the incident and the problem of him not having the repair on that car. Possibly something failed or had a problem. He's right over here on the backside by the marina on the shore. And you see him getting out of that Bentley. Just a miserable weekend for Alvaro Parente. And the good news is he's crawling out under his own power. He's stretching, making sure he's okay. It looks like he hurting a little bit there. And man, Alvaro, just one of the really nice guys in the paddock area. And it looks like, I'm sure he got his bell rung and the wind knocked out of him trying to walk it off a little bit there. But like I said, good to see him walking around. He'll have to get tested by our medical crew and our safety crew. Hopefully he is okay there, sitting down over on the side, and we'll get right to him and get some help for him. But yeah, it looks like a huge incident from that Bentley over there, getting that done. And geez, you talk about the section there. I think that's the second longest straightaway on this track, next to the third longest straightaway on this track. And that looks like a
second probably. I mean, you've got the kink in turn 9, which is, I think, in these cars is flat out. So it's a long run from 8. Or from 9, I should say, to 10, carrying a lot of speed down there, and it certainly looks, it would appear that he had some sort of a braking difficulty there, and the car's just gone straight on and up onto the top of the tire barriers. That's going to take a while to get that car off there, and it's certainly good to see Alvaro get out of that car.
It is. They're going to red flag the race and get the cars down here on pit lane, try to see if we can get that car off the wall. Let's take a quick look here and see what we see here as he comes down in out of the kink. Oh yeah, Jeremy, just no brakes whatsoever. Yeah, just went straight on in, and what a
doesn't that tell you what a great job.
Look at that.
Yeah, man, the speed
just
there,
a miserable feeling too as a driver, having a brake problem and a brake failure. Happened to me in September at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on the road course there for the runoffs, and I just, no brakes, 140 miles an hour through turn 1. Thank God there wasn't a wall there, but for Alvaro Parente, nothing he can do, just straight on. And, your past champion here in Pirelli World Challenge. We saw him get out under his own power, but set down over against the wall. So they got the crane coming out there to see if we can get that car removed, and thoughts and wishes are with Alvaro right now and that team. And like I said, it was good to see him stand up and walk away. You could tell he was not happy, but at least he was walking.
Yeah, that's right. That's a big impact there. And again, a testament, I think, here to the safety facilities here on this temporary street circuit in St. Petersburg, because there's 4 or 5 layers of tires there, and they certainly absorb a goodly amount of the impact, and then more absorption as the car kind of goes up in the air, and it stays within the confines of the racetrack. And when the car's doing probably, 125 or 30 miles an hour, I would expect, going into that corner. No retardation at all, I would suspect. I think he probably threw it against the wall on the right-hand side of the racetrack to scrub off a little bit of speed, but barely. He'll have been hammering it down through the gears as well. But it's a really, really scary moment, that, because there's no warning. You get on the brakes as usual, nobody's home, and you just go straight on there. It is one of the most scary things you can have in a racing car. I've had that a couple of times as well, and it is not a lot of fun. And I certainly haven't had one in a car of this sort of velocity either. So that would have been terrifying.
Yeah, saw Bob Thompson there, our Pirelli World Challenge safety crew, right on scene. Want to give a huge thank you to Tracy Sanderson, Jason Maraca. They're all in the safety truck and right on scene there to attend. They have a complete medical record and history of all of our drivers, so they're able to know if there was anything previous. Of course, Dr. Preston Calvert, that we saw competing earlier in our GTS category, has just made a new concussion protocol for all the drivers. They get tested on a series of numbers that you have to read out, and it's 3 different tests. You get timed on it, and it sort of sets a baseline so that when you go back and if you have an incident like this, you get tested again to make sure and see some signs of concussions or any brain injuries. So a good day, and thank you for Preston Calvert really volunteering his time and efforts to make that happen, to make Pirelli World Challenge what it is. We can see there goes Martin Fuentes, and you'll see just in the bottom of your screen, Alvaro Parente, that Bentley going straight in. And like you said, Alvaro Parente trying his hardest, turning the car at a little bit of an angle away. Man, that's such a hard hit. And it is a red flag, 10.5 minutes to go. The clock does stop. If there is a chance for time in the schedule, we might be able to get back underway here. We'll have to wait and get a word from the officials. We have 2 more support races coming up after this session, and it is going to be a checkered flag on the session, so the race will be over. Not the circumstances that anybody wants to finish a race under, but got to err on the side of caution and safety here. Just a little too much to get that car repaired and back underway, or to get the fence and the wall repaired to get back underway. Well, I'm going to head down to Victory Circle. It's going to be a somber celebration, I'm sure, for a lot of our teams. Not the way you wanted to end the race here, but Jeremy Shaw will let you finish it up here in our worldwide audience at world-challenge.com. And we'll all see everybody again here in 2 weeks at Circuit of the Americas.
Sounds good, Jeff. Thank you. And, wow, that's not the way we want to finish these races, that's for sure. It's 2 red flag stoppages slightly early, but they take nothing away here from Scott Hargrove, who's driven another exemplary race again today, as he did yesterday. Talked about it a little earlier on, had an instant big crash yesterday morning, did a lot of damage to the front end of that Pfaff Motorsports Porsche. The team worked flat out for 4.5 hours yesterday to repair that car. They got it literally finished less than 10 minutes before the cars had to come across the track to get ready for the start yesterday. Repaid the team with the victory, and today from the pole position it was absolutely flawless. Took the lead at the start, was never headed, and another lights to fact victory effectively for Scott Hargrove, the youngster from Tuason in British Columbia, Canada, just 23 years of age. What a debut for him in the Pirelli World Challenge. 2 race victories, and for that Pfaff Castrol team as well. Brilliant performance by everybody involved there. And in second place then it would be Daniel Karlwitz today for the Callaway competition team. Really good performance by him also. His very first race and very first visit to North America, comes away with a podium today